out on top. 3 dead for Sentinels. Spartan with a double. Beware of the dog because he's fishing right now.
He can step in. No! Oh no! Oh no! Killing Frenzy.
He wants it.
Killing Frenzy for Eco! Rush and SSG with the comeback of all comebacks.
Doesn't matter who you throw at him.
To do something special. Spartan's not going to allow it. He's going to do something special.
It's cooking once more.
But now they have to not only deal with Spacestation, but with this hometown crowd as well. The game is about to be live. Imperium CTF is how we start this one off.
You heard people say on the main stage they thought about putting this roster together for a very long time, and now you see why. You see what they've done here now. Poised to potentially steal a championship out from under SSG on home turf. However, it will not be easy. Sentinels will need to win 2 back-to-back series, while if Space Station takes this series, they will take the tournament.
Well, there's a roof on the building right now, but if SSG can win here in these grand finals, let me tell you, it's going to become a convertible building. Oh, what? Stella! I mean, the man's not from this planet. He is interstellar at this point.
Come on, I mean, y'all saw Lethal's tweet. He said somebody stop him. He hasn't been stopped yet. Finally, he gets taken down by Lethal himself. But what a way to start the tournament here. And if Stellar's got more where that came from, we will be in for a fantastic series here. Let's see what Eco can do on his opposing runway.
Well, what an electric start to a grand final. Beautiful shot coming in from Stella. Falcated is going to deal with Eco as well. Falcated now under pressure with the sniper rifle himself. But Space Station, after early success there, getting those early slays, now have to reset. Sentinels do a great job of holding their side of the map.
Wild to see it here in Salt Lake City. When you saw Stellar hit that shot, everyone leaned forward even a little bit more. As you can tell, this is going to be one for the ages here. 1 minute of play and no advantage just yet.
Eco trying to be a nuisance. Stella still alive, and Eco more than a nuisance. Picks up a kill onto Falcated and continues to push the courtyard. And I love what I'm seeing from SSG. Consistent aggression from Eco trying to get control of the Sentinels tower.
I was going to say the exact same thing. We're learning a lot about what Space Station's thinking here as he picks up another one. They're just going to continue flying in, right? Eco dies, he goes right back to the S1 to challenge top turret again.
Great little shoulder peek there from Falcated though. Stella, surprise, surprise. He's there with a long stick once more. And as if it's bad enough, oh my god, this is taking the... Stella with another shot, Andy. Another shot, which is just a highlight reel.
I've never seen something like this. The shots from Stellar over the past 2 days have been historic. In 20 years of competitive Halo, I don't know if we've seen something like this.
But now he's got to deal with the entire roster of Sentinels, and even though he gets a couple of needles in, not enough for the Super Combine, and Lethal will make those defensive plays, and I think that's what Sentinels have got to keep in mind here. At some point, you're expecting Stellar to do something nutty, but you've got to keep your fundamental Halo all together as a team and not let those big plays get to kind of overwhelm your own strategy.
Absolutely. Stellar now the only player alive for Space Station. He will be over here on the long haul trying to push through. And once again, you're seeing it again. Stellar is the last player alive. We're learning a lot about SSG. They're going to be holding forward the whole game. They're just going to continue to overwhelm their opposition. And even when they don't have the man advantage, they will continue holding forward.
Good thing SSG recognize here on Imperium Pit, whatever you want to call it, that if you die on the opposition side of the map, it's fine, because it's going to take you a few seconds to get across anyway. Rocket's going to be picked up here by Bound as well, and you can see SSG also working on the overshield. Spartan's trying to do what he can to slow the progress down for SSG on that overshield. We'll have to see who comes out dressed in gold at the end of things, but for now, Bound is trying to hunt down a few players. Not going to connect with that one. Sniper rifle's dropping as well in 10 seconds.
Also grabs a repulse to make sure it can't be used against him there. Oh,
Okay.
Falcated, I think everyone kind of gasped there, maybe hands to the mouth, wondering how he got away with that. Maybe Falcated even wondering himself. He will now continue on.
Normally a shake of the head, but it's a shake of the fringe from Bound. Not quite sure, like you say, how that rocket did not convert into a kill, and now Bound having to do some defensive work inside of his flag. The first time we've seen Sentinels on the SSG side of the map, but there is that team fire. The firing squad clears out Sentinels. 4 dead for them. Penguin's already holding forward, and he's got a sniper rifle.
Ooh, look, you can just tell. Boo sprinting towards cuts, and Penguin already has his hard scope on cuts, right? These players are both on the same page. They know exactly what to expect, toe to toe. Everyone making the right guesses about where the pressure's coming from.
Penguin now on the tower. Booba should be dealt with. Booba will be dealt with. Still 2 dead here for Sentinels. Make it 3 as Falcate is now last alive on the needles. Penguin can't quite locate where he was though. If he had his reticle placed a little bit better that time, then he would have got falcated. But sometimes you don't need to line things up. You just play off instinct.
The last two are both one shot. This should be a push. This should be a pull here. 4 dead. 4 dead for Sentinels. Spacestation will pull here.
Penguin turns from the Slayer to the Flag Runner, and there's nobody better at doing this. Already into the needles. The Spawn's come in though behind him, and he almost no-scope spotted out his boots.
Sparty there gets bound, should take him down here in the feed. They will eventually be traded out here. 2 dead for both sides. Stellar continues the run.
He should be able to get this through as well. Little bit of a misstep here from Stellar. Something we're not used to seeing in this event so far, but he's got the cover, he's got the support, and he's got the first flag on the board here for SSG.
Big cap there, not easy to do, and you took see how long they've worked for it. 4.5 minutes of slaying, and as we said, as the SSG chant erupts in the room, they will continue applying the pressure. It took 4.5 minutes, however, they're able to make the play.
Look at this placement of the drop wall from Stellar as well. Oh, he is playing some goddamn good Halo right now. 3 dead for Sentinels once again. Bound the last alive and stuck on his tower. It's going to be the overshield coming up. Next point of call for both teams. 10 seconds. Spartan's trying to keep an eye on it.
Was a 1v1 there momentarily from Bound and Spartan. They both know it. They both want to play around this overshield.
Spartan got the heat wave. That's going to make that fight a little bit easier for him to win. Now he's going to pop that OV as well. No one else from SSG in the vicinity to put him under pressure. 4 dead here for Space Station. Spartan with the overshield alongside Boo Boo. A little bit of support from a teammate. They have a huge opportunity here to run this flag.
Flies in right away, checks every flag corner, starts the run. Let's see what these needles do from Penguin. They melt the whole overshield. However, 2 players still alive for SSG. Spartan's going to start the run.
They melt the overshield, but unfortunately, Sentinels melt all the players, and Sen have this one through the long haul. 2 still dead for Space Station. Lethal picks up another. Spartan, he's been doing some work with the sniper himself, but he says the flag's pretty good as well.
Beautiful technical work there for Spartan. Notice when he picks up the overshield, he even turns his body away. Just in case he died, that overshield would have been played. It would not have been picked up by the opposition. It's the beautiful little technical details that you're seeing from Spartan. Here, 2 dead for SSG, 2 dead for Sentinels as well.
2 dead on either side, and Penguin now has to decide, do I go forward, do I go back, or do I try and get onto the other side of the map? 3 dead for Sentinels. It looks like Lethal will kind of even up the numbers a little bit with a couple of kills himself, but Penguin now just trying to survive. Wait for the support to come from the rest of SSG, and by being sneaky and by being annoying, he's going to force Sentinels to wrap through their own flag and not progress up the map.
Lethal finally taken down, so Lethal will be spawning on this side of the map as well. It's a very nice isolated 1v1 from Penguin to stay alive in the Mauler. We'll see if he can do so now. Man advantage as well.
Lethal with some great shots. Penguin exchanges them almost even better.
He's crazy.
To back down Lethal. Sentinels all spawning over on the courtyard at the moment, so if the kills do go in the favor of SSG, they will have an opportunity maybe to run it through that courtyard themselves, but Penguin, you can see, he's just not in a position at the moment with the kills that are being traded out between him and his teammates to really think about running that flag. It's more about being a nuisance and waiting for an opportunity to present itself.
Ooh, and look at this, Spartan knows it. And so does Penguin. He drops down. The melee doesn't connect, but the second one does. Cheeky little mind games here. They knew that Penguin was alive the whole time. And guess what? Not only is this strategy working out so well, maybe a second one, but
now
also with the 1 flag advantage, he can start the run. Eventually, he's taken down. But look how much time they've taken off the clock. There are less than 5 minutes left in the game. 4 dead.
4 dead. Lethal just come off respawn as well. Eco's got no shield, but he could not care less. He flies in, does more damage. Lethal should be taken down here, but has Bound lost the timing on this flag run? It looks like the call has come from Space Station to slay once more.
Look how long Lethal stayed alive. Unbelievable to stay alive as the last player on the cuts. My God, look at the shots from Bound as well. Finally, he's taken down. Finally, it's 3 dead for SSG. Eco's your last player alive, but with the rockets, who goes for a little bit of splash damage around it. Oh, and he still wins it against the drop shield. Cost him 2 rockets, but it's very nicely done. We'll stay here at 1-1.
Spartan will be pretty happy with that as well. Overshield, though, has gone over to the side of Sentinels. Lethal's got it, and as you can tell from the tracer bullets over his shoulder, there's going to be a sniper in the hands of Falcated as well. Now, the last time that we saw Sentinels get the overshield, it was converted into a flag cap here. The question is, can Space Station hold off this time, or will Lethal do the same again?
It was a picture-perfect push last time. Less overshield to play with here this time. Nice team shot. Look at Lethal's awareness there. Gets the comms on mid-bridge right away, snaps to it. Might even win this one on 1v1 on cuts as well for the double now. They will have a man advantage, and he will stay alive on the turret.
Big challenge on the Penguin as well. Penguin going to re-challenge himself. Full of confidence at the moment, Penguin. As Lethal just trying to survive, trying to buy time. He's being ticked by those frag grenades, but not enough to take him down for now. But the time has been bought and the attention taken from mid-map towards the courtyard for Space Station, meaning the rest of Sentinels can push up, but Stella's going to sniff you out. He knows you're there, Falcated. He's going to double nade it now, and Falcated. Another one for Stella.
Falcated's got some extra armor in the green. Somehow he stays alive through those 2 as well. Double kill here for Stellar on screen. Lethal was the last player alive for Sentinels. He'll drop.
Spartan's going to be there alongside him as well. Another flank coming in the courtyard. This time it's Bound who's making the play, and he might be able to time the new sniper rifle that's coming off. Okay, it's such an important kill to deal with Bound, because now that he's alive and now that sniper rifle's coming up, he might be able to get it and just hold down that tower. But Stellar knows this as well. Look how aggressive he's being.
Took a little bit of extra, but he gets the kill as well. Gonna play the sniper, presumably.
Gets it off the map. No sniper here for Sentinels to play with. SSG still on the map, though. Eco gets a nice kill, traded out immediately. Now, Falcate says, okay, you threw our sniper off. I'm gonna try and get some eyes on you, but look at the position of Boo Boo Doo here. He was trying to be sneaky on the cuts, but Stellar saw him immediately.
See what Stellar does here. It has been an unbelievable highlight reel as another SSG chant erupts in the building. 2:22 left on the clock. SSG with positioning. We'll see if they can make it happen.
The first shot I think I saw Stellar miss in the entirety of this event just a few seconds ago, and you know he's not going to miss the next one. Spartan just another victim of Stellar, and he knows there's someone behind him. Falcated getting chased down. No scope's not quite connected, needs to get away from this. The overshot, I think, just got popped by Falcated as well, so now Stellar knows that. He hears that audio cue, and even though the flag is moving, Stellar's got to deal with Falcated. Bound there as well. The bait and Bound is so good from SSG.
How about the buddy system there? Stellar stays alive perfectly, checks the runway, then they check the training ramp, they pick up the kill beautifully. And just like that, we'll stay at 1-1 now with still 2 dead for Sentinels. Here's the push, that's 3 dead. 1 spawner already up, it's courtyard spawns him.
Falcated, really important win from him. Really, really important win from him. Stops those split spawns coming in. But there's enough room on the map here for SSG to think about running this one, and the damage that's coming in from Eco is overwhelming. The spawners from Sentinel. Spartan gets one, but Eco thinks there's a window. He thinks he's got the timing to get this one down the long haul. 2 of his teammates are dead, but Stellar, he picks up 2. Can he turn the corner? Can he get round? Yes, he can.
Wraps the corner here. He's got help. Penguin's here as well. This could be it.
This will be the flag being run home. SSG up 2-1 with exactly 60 seconds left to hold on.
And what a time to do it. You have to wonder if Boo Boo doesn't check again on runway. Does he maybe get a little bit better of a push? You have to think over challenge there. It cost them. And now SSG leading 2-1 with 47 seconds left in your game 1. An absolute grueling battle with CTF here.
Sentinels have to go forward, but you've got to go through Eco. He picks up 1 onto Spartan, 2 dead again for Sentinels. Now, do Sen think about a flank? Do they think about just sending someone through the runway just to try and get a flag pull? Well, it's pretty difficult to send anyone anywhere when you're in the death screen at the moment. SSG are outslaying Sentinels. It feels always on their side of the map as well.
How about Stellar with a heat wave as well? That is going to cut off this entire side of the map. If Sentinels want to go through, they're going to have to go through green and long.
2 dead for Sentinels. This is the last push. Eco gets 2. Falcated left on his own. And even though you want to go forward, Fal, the only place you're going to be going is down 1 in the series. SSG will take game number 1 in your grand finals.
To the excitement and the joy of the hometown crowd, they will take game number 1. Not easily done, though. 1 flag separating the 2 teams, and it took 12 minutes on the clock. However, at the end of those 12 minutes, it will be SSG leading in your series 1-0. Now only 3 games away from taking the title.
Need to take time to talk about that Eco run. I love talking about the intelligent players in Halo. And I always mention the internal clock that they have in their head. Thinking about timing, where a player is on the map, who has a line of sight. Eco recognized that there was a window of opportunity to force that flag into the needles. And by doing so, that by the time he got there, he would have support to at least get it down through the long haul, and deny those spawners from being able to kill him. It's just perfect from Eco, and it's so good because he didn't have to fire his gun in the entire play, but it's such an intelligent play, and one you have to make if you're one of the best in the world.
Great run here from Spartan as well. As we said, a very technical play. The needles are eaten by the overshot. Look at this play from Penguin. Just once again, the mind games. Penguin eventually wins that battle. It doesn't translate to a run immediately, but all that control eventually leads to that flagpole that started things off. And here we are, still at the 1-1 mark. You saw him look at the way that last flag came in. And I also have to say, the mind games between Eco and Boo Boo. As I said, Boo Boo re-challenge on runway, thinking that Eco would leave and not check the repeat. And you really have kind of smash level battles of mind games back and forth. Is he going to do this? I think he's going to double back, and then he does. Eco wins that mind game and the battle, and that gives him that window that you described to run the flag.
There's some stats coming in as well. You can see these are the Slayer stats for both of these teams. Here at Salt Lake City, Spacestation Gaming 5-2, Sentinels 4-4. So a little bit of a, I would say, an up and down game type for them, but we wanted to talk about Spacestation, how they went away and worked on their Slayers, because they knew better than anyone it was costing them tournaments.
Let's not forget Bound's tweet. After DreamHack Dallas, he said, "This is on me, we gotta work on our Slayers." And my God, have they ever done it. It has shown in the bracket, it has shown in the results, and the card that you just saw on screen. To be 5-2 in Slayers in a game type that many would often call a toss-up, a 50-50 game type, to be 5-2, that is a statement, and they're gonna look to repeat here on your Game 2 Solitude Slayer.
A new map, and of course we'll be crowning a new champion in the Halo Championship Series after this grand final is done. How is Solitude going to play into that? Well, we'll find out in this next game. 50 kills to win, of course, the QT. The first time we're going to see that in this grand final as well, top middle, and we have seen some outstanding plays already with the new equipment.
We really have, and we've seen players really starting to min-max that QT and really take advantage of what it offers. We'll have to see which team is going to get the better of it in this one. We're underway in game number 2.
Ridiculous KD from Stella in map number 2 of our winners finals. And you get the feeling by letting him have the sniper, he's only giving the positive for the next few moments as well. 0-0 off the rip here. And that is the ultimate sign of respect. Finally, the first 2 kills get picked up, and they're both in the favor of SSG.
He's like a robotic drone. Boo Boo comes flying through, and somehow he catches the first. He catches it. He knows exactly where Lethal is. Look at the awareness. He knows that he's S1. And right now, a 4-1 lead just like that. And how quickly things can change. All 4 players are trapped in snipe.
He's got too many toys to play with at the moment, Stella. He knew where the spawns were coming in. It's a perfect spawn trap coming in from SSG. Unfortunately, for the first time in quite some time, Stella couldn't connect with the snipe, but the frag grenade will do the work for him.
Target-rich environment for Stellar here. Just hitting everything. 5-1 off the opening. He's going to do a full rotate of the sniper as well.
6-2 now. Valkated narrowly avoids that bullet coming to top snipe as well. The Q2's still up top middle at the moment. Nobody really too interested in getting their hands on it right now, and I don't think you can, to be honest, with the way that Stella is shooting right now. Spartan gonna re-challenge, and some strong shots coming in from Spartan just to back Stella down.
He is the gatekeeper. Look how this team is moving around the sniper rifle as well. They're already up 9-2. Let's get to a listen-in with Space Station Gaming.
Lift. One shot flowers on me. Lift down and help her.
Lifted. Top lift.
Here, Kevin.
Sitting top left. Sitting top left.
Go on low.
Kevin,
You got me. Watch out, man.
All my pitches, I hit that top.
Top gold and the guy top
You're
mid.
gonna
On your lift.
Sniper ramp weak.
QT15.
Right here. Sniper ramp.
I'm flanking. I can flank that guy. I can flank
Sniper still weak.
Blue truck to dip.
Dip.
Two dip.
I'm not Kevin, burn it.
Top mid.
Good.
Top mid. Look top mid.
Spawn, go stairs, we're green soda.
I'm chilling.
Awesome.
I'm watching you, Kevin. I'm watching.
Could be in your yard.
I'm watching you, Kevin. I'm watching top.
I'm looking yard.
I think above you, Kevin. Above you.
Top board, free kill. He's in the corner. Nice. Flounder.
We on sniper ramp. 2 of them there. Falcone's like 2 shot.
Got flowers.
2 sniper ramp, guys.
You turn in blue truck.
Yeah, bottom mid, Priest.
See it, Zane.
You turn and got blue truck.
Bottom mid, watch out, bottom mid.
One shot soda. One shot silo.
Or one.
Alright, keep living.
One shot top nose. Flowers, maybe?
Get stickies if they're up. Get stickies.
Look at Thrust and get the time on
I'm
that.
getting the
Yo,
sniper.
what's posted? No posters.
I'm jumping up.
Posters weak. One shot alarm.
Dip. Flowers weak.
Hear that?
Flowers is 2 shot. Falcon. 2 there, both weak. Falcon is there. Falcon is to the right.
But they're gonna Yo, LR.
Another one in yard.
They're gonna be yard. Yo, B, block blue. They might push out B. Watch the flowers.
Just make sure they don't spawn snipe.
Spawn side.
Yeah, we're good.
Snipe to 10.
Right now, watching your cross. I'm watching your cross.
Watch your bottom mid. Could be U-turn. Your drive right. Wait with us.
Let me know if you need help.
Both B, man. Both B.
Yeah, top gold.
Snipe stairs.
There's an egg site. There's an egg site back.
One is top goal.
Top goal.
Well, as we jump back into the game and out of the comms, Bound's going to pick up one, trade it out immediately, but the comeback has come through by Sentinels at the moment, and it's the structure and the discipline they're playing with that's been impressive.
Really impressive. It was 11-3 or so when we started that listening, and you saw the complete control from SSG, but that has been shut down as Sentinels holds on with battles like this from Spartan to stay alive. Incredible. Keeps the game within 2.
Sniper down bottom middle as well, and you know both teams will have their eyes on that one. That's how you open the map up. He's all going to be challenging on the driveway, and my goodness, those shots were pretty crispy. Stella trades it out for just a moment, but the pace of this game is relentless. Spartan has that snipe, hits the body, but Penguin there to keep Eco alive. Great teamwork again from SSG.
My goodness, how much this game has changed. As we said, SSG previously tripling the score of their opponents, but now Still within 3 here, right at the midway mark.
2 kills now, the difference between the 2 teams. Falcated, by the way, 10 and 4 at the start of this game. Penguin, he gets to play with a sniper rifle, but only for a few seconds as Falcated does manage to get the power weapon into the hands of Sentinels. Now, what can he do? That's the question. Stellar challenges. And couldn't quite connect with that shot. 3 kills still the difference between the 2 teams.
So much H5 pro experience on the stage here. What on the angle there? Somehow catches him in the neck. Picks up another kill, 26-24 now.
Spartan picks up 2 as well, and Eco momentarily might be on his own. Penguin, he gets taken down as well. And now you're seeing it become a 1-kill game as Falcated gets a killing spree to tie it up for just a second.
Just a second, the kills are traded out. SSG back into a narrow lead here, 29-27. Such a close matchup here in this game number 2.
Some elite level Halo we're seeing at the moment. Nobody missing shots, everybody flying in. Speaking of flying in, there's Bound with a very, very simple looking double kill. More damage onto Boo Boo Doo Boo as well. The question is, do Space Station have the numbers to push off of this? Eco thinks yes. However, Boo Boo says no. The trade comes through.
Boo Boo there manages to get that trade, 33-30 now. Space Station continuing to trade here, but they cannot afford to do that for the rest of the game. They know it'll be a little bit dangerous to do so. Looking for a little bit more control here, and that's why they're slowing the game down just a bit.
Oh, big repulse. Double push coming in from Sentinels here. The more time that Penguin buys, the more likely he is to survive, and that's exactly what he's done here. Spartan will get 1. Another challenge coming in. Spartan gets 2, but Penguin manages to take down Lethal when it looked unlikely. Boo Boo now, alongside Falcated, trying to hunt down Penguin, but look at the movement from him. Penguin has done such a good job of baiting himself for SSG here, staying alive this entire time and being such a thorn in the back of so many players.
Almost makes it happen there. Eventually he's taken down, but as you say, not before. A lot of damage and buying a lot of time in loop. That does, however, bring the game up just a little bit more. Increases the SSG lead now, 38-34, off of great peeking, baiting, and switching coming in from Penguin.
5 seconds until that sniper rifle comes up. Eco knows it more than anyone. Happy to take this battle with Spartan just to keep his hands off of that weapon. Sticky goes in. Oh! Narrowly misses. But Spartan under so much pressure. Frag grenades, everything exploding around him. He can't even get to fire a shot because Bound, he's on his case. Boo Boo. Traded out once again, Lethal last alive, and Sentinels now starting to get into the deep waters. The gap is starting to increase. We're now up to 7, and Stella has a sniper rifle.
And you might say,
There's no way! I no longer know what to say.
I think it goes without saying, game in his hands here if he continues at this rate. Still has 6 shots to play with, which is dangerous for Sentinels.
Thrusts in, gets another. Almost just shocked that it wasn't a headshot at this point. Stella, an MVP-like performance from him for Space Station so far this event. It's 4 to go.
Look at him checking every corner, checks LR now. Checks the top angle as well. He's lost 2 teammates, but still gonna anchor here. Of course.
Manages to find 1, it's now just 3. Challenge accepted. Oh, there's no way you can stop this man right now. It's too dead.
You truly can't.
1 more to go here for Sentinels. Space Station, excuse me, looking for that final kill. It's 1 bullet, maybe at the hands of Bound.
Bound gonna check cafe angle. Doesn't miss by much.
You get the feeling that this is going to be finished off with a little bit of style here from Bound. He's looking for the angle, he's looking for the head, but it's Eco, the captain, who closes out map number 2 and sends Space Station 1 step closer to what they came here to do.
And with every game, this hometown crowd on their feet, proud of what this team has done so far. As you see SSG taking a quick break on the stage to grab some water, but not before taking a 2-0 seriously.
And as we see the SSG fans on a snug feeling helmet, we will say.
Safety first.
Very, very happy with their team's performance at the moment, and why wouldn't you be? 2-0 up in this game. Another conclusive victory in game number 2 as well. They always had that 3-4 kill lead. And then just towards the end of that game, I'm going to give a shout out to Penguin as well. The way he was playing his life, maneuvering around the map, denying lines of sight, was allowing so much more to happen for his team. Him staying alive not only keeps the death, but allows the rest of SSG to capitalize on his damage. That's where that gap got a little bit bigger towards that late game.
Really did there. Also bounced 17 and 10 in that game. Unbelievable numbers. The entire SSG side, I mean, Also credit to SSG for opening the game 11-3. The game comes tied again at the 30 mark. It's not easy to always grab kind of your composure and make sure that you're able to get back in the game when you forfeit something like an 8-kill lead. However, SSG, they stay focused in the late game, and they show up in a big way.
They certainly do. Now, the reason this is so difficult at the moment for Sentinels is because, not just because you know how good SSG are playing, it's the level at which they're playing makes you know that you have to hit every single bullet, right? It adds almost extra pressure onto your individual battles, and when you've got a sniper rifle as well, you almost feel like you have no choice but to hit headshots with what we're seeing Stellar do, what we're seeing Bound do in this game. It just adds extra pressure. I mean, I don't know what to say about that shot we just saw. The reaction time, the quick scope, and the fact that he's so accurate from Stellar, there is no counterplay to that.
I have never seen, I could safely say, I've never seen sniping this consistent and this unbelievable in a Halo tournament in history. Look at Stellar, he has now topped your KD leaderboard here with a 1.22 KD and doing it with style.
I mean, the look on his face as well in that picture says he ain't finished yet. He wants to see that going one way, and that is upwards. He wants to be at the top of the leaderboard with a huge KD ratio by the end of this tournament, but most importantly, he wants to do it with a trophy in his hands.
Truly unbelievable sequences that you're seeing on screen here. And I agree, it's at the point where you probably cannot, if you're on Sentinels, and I would normally never say this, you probably cannot afford to challenge Stellar. You need to find a way to get different angles, you need to fire team shots, you need to be taking routes where you don't even have to challenge him, because it's been some of the most consistent sniping I have ever seen in the history of the game. Next up, Oddball on Streets.
Good news for Sentinels, no sniper rifles. That's one way to deal with it, right? Just keep the maps coming that aren't going to be featuring that sniper rifle. Speaking of objectives though, we are going to be playing a little bit of Oddball, and we're going to look at some of the objective players who have been doing the work for their respective teams. Penguin on one side of your screen, Boo Boo Doo Boo on the other. The KD's not too impressive from either, although they're not too bad at the same time. If you're doing a lot of objective, you're always going to be in the positions where you're probably going to die a little bit more. So all of them hovering around one-ish is good enough for me, but you're looking at percent of time.
Yeah.
I mean, Penguin is doing it all.
And that's not the first time we've seen Penguin with that kind of percentage on the team, right? When SSG is playing their best, oftentimes Penguin has that kind of objective percentage. And to be going a .92 with 54% of ball time, you cannot ask for more from your objective player. Big stuff from him. However, Boo Boo, of course, on the other side of the stage on your screen, looking to shut that down in game number 3.
Going to be an interesting one for Sentinels here, because Oddball, obviously, we're going to be going the long game, right? We've seen them win a couple of close, longer games. We've seen the Argyle CTF. They have the stamina for this kind of game, and they're going to need it, because you get the feeling it's not going to be a 2-0. It's going to be a 2-1. It's going to be the last few seconds when one of these teams grabs that Oddball and gives themselves a round win. So keeping focus is going to be important for both of these teams. Seeing the long game as what has to be played is going to be so vital for them. For Space Station, though, an opportunity to go one step closer. 3-0 up in this series and within striking distance of a championship. For Sentinels, you get the feeling the series starts to turn around now, or it doesn't at all.
Exactly. It took the words out of my mouth. Sentinels needs to think about waking up in this series in a big way and get ready to get back into the series. Completely different set of events. If you come into the next game 2-1 in the series, everything's back on the table. You come in 0-3 with no room to lose, and you have to reverse sweep with 4 in a grand final. That is an unbelievably tall task. Sentinels knows they need to win this one. They need to win it now.
One thing while we're just waiting for this game to get underway, it gives us an opportunity to say thank you so much to Spacestation Gaming, by the way, for what they have done in this place. It has been one of my favorite events of the year. The crowd has been incredible. The staff have been amazing, and the team now is stepping up. I mean, it almost feels like it'd be the cherry on the cake if they took it home.
It really would be. It's been a Space Station party all weekend long, and what a cherry on top, as you say, it would be if they took this event as well. Right now, up 2-0 in your grand final, but as you say, it's been an unbelievable weekend so far. One of our favorite weekends of competitive Halo in quite some time. Also, Halo's debut in Salt Lake City, which has been quite fantastic as well.
Halo's debut this year inside one of these awesome music videos. Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the vibe, right?
Yeah, big shout out to the Depot as well. Been an incredible venue, incredible hosts to the Halo Championship Series, and an unforgettable weekend already. Question is, can Space Station make it even more memorable with a big win here in your first grand final?
Little break here. Probably a good thing for Sentinels as well, right? Just reset the mental game a little bit. They've been close games, but they haven't been games which have really felt like at any point they were going to swing in the favor of Sentinels. Well, a first round on the board here after a little break, a little time to think, a little time to recollect what the strategy is going to be. We'll completely maybe revitalize them and give them the belief that they can go on and push this series to a reset. A long way to go though, and Space Station certainly in the driving seat as we finally head to Street Softball.
It's been an incredible weekend so far until now for Sentinels. We'll see if they can kind of find that rejuvenation, find all that momentum that they've had all weekend long, starting things off with the man himself. It's stellar.
He goes down as well, nothing picked up. So he knows the battle's going to be going on bottom middle for those Rockets, 2 down on either side. Lethal going to be trapped, Bound going to be chasing. Lethal gets taken down, but Boo Boo still has that Stalker rifle. Where do those Rockets go? That's the real question. Pretty sure the SSG want to get him, but Spartan, with a little bit of help from Boo Boo Doo on your screen, is going to turn them in the favor of Sen.
Perfectly timed there with the red gun. He's going to convert on the second rocket as well. It's a nice pusher. Look at the confidence. Boo Boo was your last player alive, by the way.
Trying to be aggressive, trying to pick the pace up. Don't mind it from Boo Boo whatsoever. And Sentinels now have that ball back inside of Tram. So they have a setup, but Boo Boo, by being aggressive, just gave that red gun, I was going to say, over to Bound and SSG. But the pressure continues to be pushed. You saw Falcate flying forward, gets that important win. 13 points on the board already. Penguin, though, might be able to change that.
Spartan there with the play ball, which brings up a good opportunity here. And Spartan takes him 3, but he goes full Mike Tyson's punch out and hits the ones he needed to.
Yeah, that was a little bit ugly. That was more like a YouTuber's boxing fight, to be honest with you, than a professional one. But we come out on top, at least to the end of it. 14 points on the board, but Space Station now rotating that ball all the way back to the tower. Eco is down, so there's a numerical advantage here momentarily, I mean, sniper rifle, bandit, it doesn't matter, Stella doesn't miss.
Yeah, good news, there's no sniper rifle. Bad news, there's a bandit here, and Stellar's going to pick whatever he needs to deal the death and destruction that he's been doing all weekend long. However, it's a big advantage here. Eco's your last player alive on Space Station.
We will take him down with that Bulldog. And now you're going to see that ball be able to be picked up. Stella's trying to force his way forward off Sport, but look at Falcate. He gets that first pick, and just at the right time as well. Because not only is Space Station coming off of respawn, also those Rockets are coming up, Andy. And if they can get them here, Sentinels, this will be a guaranteed 20 seconds.
Bound was your last player alive. He was L, he went benches now. Everyone else is spawning in Tram, so the next kill's Bound has taken down. It's continued staggered control from Sentinels. This is going to be really big here.
I wonder if this ball's going to be rotated as well. Boo Boo's pushing up aggressively. Maybe a little bit too aggressively. Manages to get the trade, however, and it does create the opportunity for Spawn to move in and get the biggest weapon on the map. The Rockets are in the hands of Sentinels as well as that oddball.
Got the boom booms with only 1 boom left. It has not translated to a ton of time, if we're honest. Sentinels here with a 15-point lead, but with the control, you thought they might have even eked out a bit more.
Crazy the timing, right? Obviously, we can see the player outlines. We can see Spawn looks away from Bound just the right time, but reacts to a call out perfectly to still use that rocket effectively. 32 points still on the board. 17 points between the two teams. Oddball is down in an awkward position for both teams to fight for at the moment, just in the front of Tram. Lethal with that first pick, though, might give an opportunity for Sentinels just to tiptoe forward and think about getting that objective.
An opportunity here for advantage, and also leading for the first time in quite some time into this series here. Lethal sneaks away with the ball. Let's get into a listen in here with Sentinels.
One shot, Bound. I got him. 2 dead.
Last 2 I
Two
front C, walking P1.
Yeah, they know I'm here. They know
2 P1 fast.
They're coming. Get rid of it.
I got a melee on 1. I probably spawned.
Yeah.
Just one Gen. There's 2 there though.
I naded.
We'll keep spawning over here with you.
Higher gen maybe?
Yeah. What's
your
stalker?
One's arcade.
Back A.
I shots.
Gonna be plants. One second.
Back A, you guys.
Okay, we 2 there.
Dude, just try to live, Justin.
Try.
Plants.
One shot.
One shot arcade.
Is it a shroud? Ball's 1 shot as well. Music with 1 shot. Never died.
Nah, I kept it 1.
Well, you might.
Nice, dead. Shroud is down arcade. There's shroud down arcade for Rockets.
Yeah,
Rockets that shroud for the Rockets.
Rock's up at 20. If shroud.
I think he picked it up.
No, it's down arcade music. It's down.
Okay. One was shoddy window.
On laundry to tires.
One mid.
He's pushing me tires.
Alright, 10 for Rockets, guys. No easy deaths here. No easy deaths.
Caution. 1 shot. I got
nice numbers for Rockets. 5.
Can you get Rockets with shroud? Ball's 1 shot. Ball's 1 shot and one's back A.
Alright, we have Rocks.
All dead.
Yo,
ATM,
ATM 1 shot.
I hit him with the rocket. He's
try ATM to
You're
bench.
alone. You both on me.
Still
That's
benches.
1 B. They're gonna be a lot of cafe, I think. One's B-Rail on me.
Yeah, one's going drive away.
B-Rail 1 shot, or you go.
You have help.
And drive away pushing me.
Yeah, and red. I think one could be a mid.
Hey, B-Rail.
Well, it's SSG who momentarily managed to come back in this round and get themselves into a lead, but this response from Sentinels has been pretty strong as well.
Really, really strong there. Sentinels somehow holds on, and it looked like it was going to be a big set of control coming in for SSG, but Sentinels maintains to just get a narrow lead. They lead here 57-41. Here's the ball rotate as
And
well.
look at the threat sensor. The threat sensor gives the information, and that's why you're seeing this quick rotate come in now from Sentinels. They see where the push is coming in, and that's the first time we've really been able to break down a strong use of that new equipment.
Really impressed with the communication as well. You'll notice several times during that listening, there was only one player alive for Sten, and they just focused on what that player needed to do. Did they need to stay alive in PD? Did they need to do damage music, pick up the Shroud? They perfectly time it, and even though they had back-to-back only one player alive, they get the Shroud, they Shroud the Rockets, it leads to points on the board. Now just about 20 points between the two.
Stalker rifle about to pop as well, and Stella is the one to get his hands on it. Nades raining in, big damage being done by those grenades, but nobody in position to force this oddball out of the hands of Mr. Objective himself, Penguin. Now the push comes in from Sentinels. Spartan giving the wiggles, but Stella still not missing. He picks up that kill, so vital to do so. It's a 1v1, Eco versus Falcated.
Look at the confidence there from Stellar to isolate that battle and know that his teammates will be coming into Tram as well. The 1v1 continues, of course, now. Teammates, however, have spawned as Falcated checks his corners.
Eco's trying to run that ball away, but Lethal cuts him down on the pass. Really important to do that for Sentinels. Otherwise, there might have been an opportunity to rotate that oddball back towards spawners. Stella going to pick up one. It's a 2v2 now. And what's the play call? Is it back in the Tram? Is it to hold? It looks like there wasn't one. And Falcated just gets left on an island, disintegrated by grenades.
Stellar perfectly times his nade, and he perfectly times his team shot as well. Rockets are up.
Bound's gonna get him. And SSG look like they might be able to go into the lead if Bound can put these to use. Falcated gets one, however, and information as well as to where those rockets might be. Penguin now with that oddball. It looks like Bound's decided, I've got to try and get close to my teammate. He gets one. Lethal will trade it out though, and it's such a good play from Sentinels there. They put pressure on time after time and make it so awkward for SSG to get any sort of consistent hold.
Eco was your last player alive. He just tries to play the ball a little bit further into court. Bound is your first spawner here on B-Rail, which is very, very good for him because he can keep the team off the ball.
Game clock's starting to be an issue here for Sentinels as well, even though it is so close between these two teams. The lead is Space Stations. Sentinels will know that. They know they're the team who have to make the plays. They're the team who need to find these last two players alive and get this ball back in their hands, and that's exactly what they have done. It was a momentary 3 dead for SSG, and Sentinels with this hold might be able to just about go into a lead, but Falcated decides to put the ball down. He looks the wrong way at the cross, and Stella once again comes in.
What route does Stellar take there? He just walks in the front door uninvited and breaks the setup wide open.
Threat sensors there as well. Sentinels now have the info. Boo Boo gets the kill onto Stellar. It's 2 dead for SSG. And even though they're down by 3 points here, they've got a kind of transitional setup inside a Tram here. They will go into a lead here, Sentinels. They turn it over. Boo Boo wins the fight. And all of a sudden, Sentinels are in control.
Next kills go the way of Space Station, however. If Eco picks up this one, this will be big. Ball might be played into the courtyard here.
Spartan re-challenges. Spartan wins that fight, and boy, oh boy, was that important to do so. Bound comes in to clean things up. 18 seconds left. The game clock's still a problem, but Space Station lose 3. Penguin on his own.
Penguin's the last player alive. He has to make an enormous play here if he wants to have any chance.
Lethal's gonna go for those rockets. Lethal's gonna make a play. He runs past the oddball. He'll grab the rockets, and now we can win this. Stella, you're dealt with. TJ, show him why he's a world champion. He gets 3. And it will be Sentinels who silence the crowd for just a few moments.
Total chaos, total carnage there of the Tram at the end of the game, but my goodness, the Sentinels manage it perfectly in the end. They manage each kill, each death, making sure to maintain control of Tram. Also, how about Spartan? He plays the ball off of Balk and then wins the 1v1 after playing the ball. It's absolutely huge. And when narrow games like this, that will be what decides the round.
Oh, baby, Bound looking for the triple kill, but Falcated with some nice wiggles himself. 2 rockets, 1 kill. As the power weapon not as effective as it could have been in that situation, but at least the one was picked up. But look how back and forth this is, Andy. It's just kill after kill, trade after trade. No one can get map control until SSG finally seem to get a semblance of it and get that ball back towards Tram.
You have to wonder, what does Sentinels do here with the momentum from that round? Not only was it a round win, but really convincing there in the late stages. Are they able to ride that here into another round win, keep this series going the distance, or will we see SSG bounce back in a big way? Lots to play for here, 18 points on the board.
Good start here from SSG. Ooh, Bound just lost in the source for a second there, but managed to relocate. Lethal there to help with that damage that was done. Stella now with the Bulldog. He can only get 1. Boo Boo now alongside Falcated. Falcated should be able to get some time here as the double does come in. Penguin still pushing though, still keeping the pressure onto Foul. Foul, he's going to be weak, and the perfect shots from Penguin are enough to keep Space Station entering inside a Tramp.
Very nicely done here from Penguin. As we said, he was the last player alive, needs to win that one. Pressure coming in from back Tramp from Spartan.
Penguin doing it all at the moment. The crowd's starting to get a little bit louder here. They can feel this control, and they can see Penguin doing what he's doing at the moment. Finally,
Falcao gets both!
stopped, but Falcao, like you say, gets both in that situation and comes away with the oddball for Sentinels.
Silence is not only the SSG chant, but also the SSG hold. Falcao, your last player alive with a perfect back tram nade to get a double kill. Absolutely spoils the party.
Falcao at the moment saying, whatever Penguin can do, I can do just as well. Spartan now gets away. Falcao just killing everything, including his teammates at the moment, or trying his best to.
Just a love tap.
But the Rockets are going to be vital. Sentinels now with a hold, and one more rocket to play with means they should be able to get time here.
Here's Spartan, man on a mission. Look at the way he's moving and flying around the map. Eventually he gets caught in a 1v2 over at Tires. However, not before a lot of damage is done. Continuing to score here at Tramp.
Once again, SSG trying to force their way forward, and Penguin again picks up that early kill to give them a path towards Tramp. Falcao does have that red gun, which, as we know, does so much damage so quickly. But the oddball being thrown in right now because Sentinels are trying to escape, and they're not getting far because Boo Boo is now left as last alive.
Attempted play ball and caught it right off the alley-oop. They bring it right back into the tram. They say, no, thank you. We will be continuing to score here. They cross the 40-point mark.
40 points now on the board. And look at this damage coming in from Eco. He is being obnoxious on these pink stairs. Nobody can push without being damaged. 51 points, halfway to tying this game up and taking this round away.
Eco just dodging these nades here on the ATMs. Waiting for the push to come in. It's a good melee. He gets on lethal. 2v2 on the map. Bounds your last player alive on the push.
Found last player alive. Is he going to try and capitalize on the damage, or is he going to try and wait? Probably should have waited, to be honest with you, but Spartan was on that flank, and Found only knows how to go forward. It's what he does best. It's what makes him the player that he is. 2v2 right now, but you can see the Rockets is kind of the point that everyone is focusing on right now.
Eco just checking his back, making sure no one's behind him. Here's a slide below him. It's a big back here. Also challenging Boo Boo on B stairs.
Backs down smartly though, doesn't over challenge, stays alive because he knows those Rockets are priority number one. Just spots out a couple of players as well. He's going to get that shroud down. The question is anyone going to meet him? The answer is yes, but the beat down with the Rockets is just as good. Spends both of them as well to make sure the Sentinels cannot make use.
I like that play, especially with a 66-37 lead. Shroud it, grab both Rockets, get the one kill. With the second one, play it safe. Get the second kill as well. However, as a result, we do see more points on the board coming in for Sentinels, now down by less than 20.
Lethal with a beautiful flank here, should be able to clean up. Penguin does so, however, he's going to have a 1v1 with Eco. He's going to have to try and win. Eco backs up. Lethal sees more help coming, so plays his life. But look at the score, Andy. 66 points. As Bound takes down Lethal. And it's only going one way here. SSG, control of the tower, control of the oddball, and control of the map as well.
They've responded in a huge way here, about to cross the 80-point mark. The next kill might decide it.
Falcao trying to stay alive, he does so. Penguin gets that kill you were talking about. And all of a sudden, with just 20 points needed to tie this game up, SSG look like they're getting back into this one.
I like this route from Eco. If you go Tires, you get caught on the wraparound. Instead, he goes PD, lets his shields recharge, and now he can re-challenge here at caution.
Time still being racked up. It's now or never, Sentinels. You got to get a kill. You got to go forward. Falcao will do that. But 95 points might be enough at this point. Stella, no shields. Can he get his hands on that oddball? There's still 3 alive. He's trying to win it right now. Look at the cover fire from Penguin. He keeps him alive. He grabs the oddball. Penguin again. Magnificent objective play.
And what a response from SSG and the SSG fans in the building. They love it. Let's be honest, the whole building is SSG fans. They all love it. We're tied up in rounds here. If SSG takes this round, they will take the game and go up 3-0. However, Sentinels can make it a very, very different story if they take the round, win the game, and make it 2-1 in the series.
Bound gets one with the Rockets. Eco gets one with the Rockets as well. He said that looked like a pretty good idea. I'm going to have a go myself. 3 dead off the rip. Might be 4 here. Boo Boo trying to dance around the pillar, but Eco's going to send him to sleep.
Eco now aware that there might be pressure coming in from the B-rails. Instead, just going to hold front base. I love this. Nade's still coming in. Eventually, he might get caught out by that Pre-nade, unfortunate for him. And now Spartan with the red gun. Here comes the push onto B-Rails. Oh my Penguin.
There's one. Oh, there's no way!
What?
Penguin's playing a little game of catch. And Sentinels more than happy to oblige.
What a way to watch that too. That's like watching clips, moments from disaster. Bound picks up another one. Penguin with just 2 perfect sticks on V-Rail. Unbelievable. And as a result, 29-0 here in favor of SSG in your round 3.
Stalker's still here as well in the hands of Spacestation Gaming. Stella gets that first kill once more. Penguin, even though he's down, he'll be back on the map before Lethal will rejoin. Another kill here for Bound. He's starting to rack him up a little bit here. He's -1 at the moment, but he's got a good amount of objective time, big amount of assists as well, and now Bound's starting to look to take over.
Look at this damage he's doing. Just absolutely, anyone pops into tires, he just shot melees, picks up the kill, and now he's just so aggressive, so confident. He's holding down driveway himself.
I like this discipline, though, I'm seeing from Bound. Bound of 6 months ago may have pushed up to arcade there, might have got aggressive, but now he sees the moment to do so. Might be able to get one, but no, look at the damage he's done, and now you're going to see Penguin try and move in. And while all the Sentinels are fighting Penguin, Eco's just watching. He's grabbing that opal.
Meanwhile, at back A, Eco still scoring. It's 70-0 in favor of SSG off of fantastic map control. Rockets popping in 5 seconds.
The SSG crowd like what they're seeing, and why wouldn't you? Another set of rockets, another kill for Bound, make it 2, it's 4 dead for Sentinels. All of them watching from the death screen as Eco strides forward with the odd ball in his hands. It's 85 points and rising. Make it 90, SSG are getting closer.
Look at this, 2 dead already. This is it, this is it, this is gonna be the game.
SSG fans in the building, do our jobs for us. They count down to the win as SSG move within 1 game of being your champs.
And how about it? We wondered about the momentum coming out of Sentinels from that first round of ball. And SSG just shuts it down. An unbelievable sudden death, round 3, to take their 3rd game in the series. And the SSG chants continue in the building. They are 1 game away.
1 game away from that man on your screen finally getting that first trophy. We saw in the documentary on him, he was saying, I feel the responsibility. I know the pressure is there. I've got a lot to prove. You have nothing to prove. If you can call yourself a champion, and look at that series layout, they are so close. They can taste it. 1 more game, and Space Station will be your champs.
Black and gold all the way across the board. Let's take a look here at the stronghold stats across Charlotte, DreamHack Dallas, Arlington, and here at Salt Lake. It's a big, big record for Space Station Gaming. They are 15-5 over Sentinels 8-7.
Phenomenal record, only 2nd, and you can guess who too, probably Quadrant. And I don't think they've ever lost it, to be honest with you, so Space Station got to be feeling confident to see live fire, strongholds in front of them right now. As the map and mode that they have to win to call themselves champions. And I just want to go back to what we were talking about, Andy. How important the winners bracket final was for them. The confidence that they got off of that win. You can see how focused they are right now, knowing what they had to do, getting that awful kind of horrible record off their back. And now they're in a final and 1 game away.
This is the best that Space Station Gaming has looked, without a doubt. Now only 1 game away from closing out your grand final, and they're going to be locked in. And who else to start with but Bound? Here we are. Game number 4 is underway.
From rookie on a mission to potential champion. The man on your screen, Bound, has been waiting for his moment. And maybe this is going to be the game where that moment arrives. Off the break, a couple of kills going to be exchanged, but it's Sentinels who seem to have the advantage of map control at the moment. They're playing for the end. B's going to be left. Overshield coming up as well, but here's the flank coming in from Bound, but can't find Lethal.
Picks up the first kill here. That will be the first damage that they needed. Now going to go ahead and push on Boo Boo. Boo Boo grabs the overshield clean, however, so this will be an opportunity for a little bit of regain of control for Sentinels here as he moves to sandbags.
2 dead though, and now he's going to have to play his life, Boo Boo, and that's going to mean more time. That overshield isn't going to be too effective. So you're going to be flipped over, so Space Station will be scoring. Boo Boo trying to make a play here. Bound's trying to sniff him out. Oh! Boo Booba Dooba provided with armbands by Bound sends him in the drink.
As soon as you saw Bound crouch walking, that sneaky little man.
Oh my God, Eco's having a go now. Everybody on SSG's putting on a show.
We can't keep up with the pop-offs. The commentary cannot keep up with it. Penguin's not done either. Finally, he's taken down, but how about Bound crouch walking on C-Plat to send Boo Boo's overshield straight off the map without any contest?
It's the kind of play that completely deflates you as a team. You've got to have some strong mentality to come back from that one. And SSG will continue scoring. A and B in their hands, and I tell you what, where they're playing, they are looking for blood right now. They are looking for a triple cap, but Sentinels split their resources and look like they'll be able to turn the scoring back over.
55-16 as things slow down
He
for
gets
just
reset.
a second. Somehow they get the reset. And just because it might be one of our last chances to do so, let's get into a listen here. Spacestation Gaming leading 63-16.
I think you're going to nading you. Hold on.
Nothing. Could be Rad. Yo, Brad and Big. 2A. They have a one bull heave. One bull heat wave.
Am I by myself or no?
Yeah, just go Kevin.
Help's coming, Kevin. They're distracted.
Getting him B.
Top A, one shot, top A, one shot.
Weak
Absolute top mid A.
Heather B.
Top A was one shot after that.
Shot B. Dead.
Kill me. Nice.
One shot
Last two on
One
Kevin,
shot on
last
me.
two,
One shot
last
on me.
two.
Dead.
Last one on me, last one on me.
Go to Kevin.
Gotta go back C.
Kevin,
We'll do it somewhere. He went C, he went C.
He might have left.
Yeah, once he they're spawning dummies.
Can I go over shoulder or no?
Dummies to C.
I'm looking
Top tower
tower.
and
Bottom
T.
tower weak. Bottom tower and elbow.
One spot over shoulder.
Elbow weak, elbow weak.
One shot dummy door.
One shot dummy door.
Elbow
One shot
weak,
dummy
two there,
spark.
I
One shot dummy
Got
spark.
one now. Got one. Oh no,
Two there.
yo, my dummy door.
One shot Sparty. One shot Sparty.
Yo, dummies on dummies. One shot. Nice.
B as
One
well.
bottom
Last guy
I'm
B.
capping C. You can hit
Yeah,
that.
let
if
him
you
have
want.
I'm one.
They're gonna spawn big door to A. Big door to A, Kevin. Big door to A.
Big door's weak, lethal. Big door's weak, lethal. Big door's really weak, lethal. Rat tunnel.
Kevin needs help. Kevin, just I'm behind you. I'm mid door.
Nest on me,
Small
nest on
Kevin.
me.
Small Kevin.
Hurt. I died just
Pillars, the mud. He's on green
One shot
gun.
Keter. One shot Keter.
Backed up to Rat. Backed up Rat.
Nice. Sniper now. You have it. Bound has it.
One's on pistol.
One could be left, guys. One could be left side.
Keep
I'm
small
trying to get to B,
talking.
guys. I'm trying to get to B. I'm looking at you for a
Getting
second.
stickies real quick, guys.
Give me the live. I'm trying to
Top A.
I'm on over
Shot
shoulder.
on pistol.
One shot pistol. Nice. That's it. Top A.
Same spot. Same spot.
Weak top A. We can
I'm going
brass
A,
up.
I'm going A.
Weak.
Stellar on the flank as we jump back into the game, and no surprise, a killing spree for him once more. Sentinels did make a little bit of a run there, but that was short-lived. As you can see, Stellar is now turning his attention towards B.
Sentinels keeping the game respectable, keeping it close here, and do they ever need to do it? Because this game, as you saw, can run away at any moment. Stellar, by the way, 10-2 in this game.
Of course.
Making an unbelievable statement in this entire tournament, and game 4 is no exception, making 11-3.
And Bill's still in the control here of Space Station, but finally maybe with some weapons, maybe with a little bit of map control, and maybe with Spartan needing to heat up, they can find a way back into this Sentinels. Bound gets what can only be described as a very annoying position, but from the heavens, from the top rope, Spartan gets one. It's still a 2v2, and even with Spartan doing what he just saw, they just cannot get the numbers in their advantage, but they do get an overshield.
Seems to be the new hot spot for the World Stars. Good trade there in the end. Stellar will make sure he doesn't get fully clipped. Valkated, still a lot of overshield here to play with. 98-39 on the board.
Chasing down players as well, gets one. And now tries to help Lethal out. There is a player at back B that they have to deal with here. And Lethal doing what he can, is gonna get the conversion, and they get the kills as well. Now, sniper rifle, overshield. This is what you need to put to use, but the melts are coming in from Space Station. Eco and Stella trying to take down Falcated, the overshield keeping a minute.
Stellar does so well there to just melt the overshield off and just get out of dodge. He gets off a bridge. Take a look, he's already a dumb, he's going cuts. However, game now within 40 points.
Penguin gets that kill though. And you can see SSG turn their attention towards flipping A. The timing might be good enough to beat Sentinels towards B here, which is where that fight's going to be. Now, are they going to try and go over the top here, Sentinels, and play for A? That's the question. Penguin is there, and it looks like SSG have read this. So they're trying to play for those kills, trying to bait Sentinels in, but they don't take it this time. And now Sentinels are closing in on that 98-point advantage.
Those are two spawners there. You saw Bound had not been taken down. So Bound, still going to be, as you can see, he's still going to be low pillars right in front of your screen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Bound's going to get that kill onto Falcated, that sneaky position you were talking about. Now allows Space Station to turn B back over in their favor. Sometimes that kind of works out though. Sometimes you're kind of looking for the attention elsewhere, and even though you don't hit the perfect repulse, you buy yourself a few seconds. And now Bound finds out that Spartan's got a plasma pistol.
Eventually he's taken down, goes for the mini-me grab. Can't make it happen. 114-82 now. Space Station continuing to score here. And once again, as you said, what looked like it was going to be Sentinels tying it up is answered back immediately by Space Station. They will keep ticking away on the scoreboard, and they also have 2 dead with the overshield popping. This could be a very big turning point in the game.
Could be a tournament turning point. Penguin goes in for it, doesn't get it though. And off the respawn on the dummies, you can see that it's going to be Sentinels who should be able to get control of this overshield. It's 2 in a row now for Falcated, but they need to make the most of this. This is a situation now where they've got everything to play with again. They flip B, they should be able to flip A, and they should be able to pressure the respawners. They need to be aggressive here, Sentinels. They need to put the pressure back onto Space Station.
They do very well to prioritize Stellar back green. They take him out right away, which is going to continue the staggered spawns. They also get the first pick now, and while the overshield has been melted, second kill will be traded out. Once again, Eco's your last player alive. Eco 4 dead here. Eco gets taken down now. Sentinels is back in this game. They are now crossing the 100-point threshold, and now only 38 points away. The question is, can they continue to string together these plays?
Oh, they do get that first kill as well. They might get a second. Spartan finds the heat wave, almost finds 3 through the smoke. But it's enough to give Sentinels map control again. Now, will they push for that triple cap? Will they look to just hold the 2? It looks like the answer is the former, and Eco, he has to win this one and does. Can he get the trade? Falcated, yes he does. It's a 1v1 on the map, so you would expect Stellar may be able to get out towards B.
Stellar's gonna be able to get C here. Now, as you said, Stellar already went straight to B. Penguin supporting him on pillars here. Those are your first 2 spawners from SSG. They right away get to B, and Bound flips B. Very nice place here.
This is so close, this game. Look at the score. Neither team going on a huge run. It's always 20, 30 seconds. Spartan gets one alongside the man on your screen. Stellar though, surprise, surprise, when you need the kills to come in. He has been electric for Space Station in this tournament, and now, having held B, having got those kills, SSG will continue scoring, and we're back in the deep waters now for Sentinels. It's 164 and rising.
Doesn't even trade shields. Stellar just technically so sound in this game. A big win at back B paves the way for him to win that battle on big door as well. Overshield popping, and they still lead 175 to 122.
I think that's the concern here, right, for Sentinels. They're getting overshield after overshield, and they're still losing this game.
Oh, big.
They get another one here. Spartan's going to use it this time. Falcated got the last 2. But the pressure is on C already from Space Station. You can see the triple cap is what they went for. The overshield now is out of there. And even with the situation where they don't get the overkill, it might be the triple cap which hurts Sentinels most.
Incredible pressure there from Bound to challenge C plat out of nowhere. 2 dead here for SSG. Look at B and C also flipping. C gets reset. All eyes on B for this flip.
B will be flipped. Eco gets the kill, which is going to allow an opening now towards A. Now, what's the play call from Space Station here? It looks like survive is the call, as 2 players from Sentinels do rotate back towards A to try and deal with Eco. They knew he was there, but look at the time he's buying, finally dealt with. And Space Station find themselves 2 dead. Penguin, though, while the distraction came in from Eco, managed to get out to B and flip it back in their favor.
Oh, no.
No. Somebody call a lifeboat. We need an emergency pickup.
Someone call the police. Are you kidding me? 4 dead for Sentinels, and you heard it here in the room. That is insult to injury. I don't even know what to say. Penguin with the double mind the gap, making them look silly.
Stellar with a sniper rifle as well. That's what happens at the end of it. And SSG are getting closer. Stellar just sprinkling a little bit more sugar on what has been an incredible performance with yet another sniper rifle headshot.
I think the SSG chant says it all. 10 points to go as they look to close out the game and the tournament.
Spartan flies in. Spartan has to win this fight. The trades come in though. And SSG, they know how close they are, but Sentinels will not die yet. They jump into B, they get the conversion, they will be scoring, but boy, do they not have any mistakes left.
Stellar almost gets the overshield. He gets absolutely domed in the back of the head by Boo Boo. Overshield still in play.
3 dead. Overshield goes over to Sentinels as well. And I tell you what, they're about to triple cap on Space Station just when you thought this game might be over. This final might be over. SSG have something to say about it.
Lethal has to play this so careful. There's 0 room for error. Yes, they have the trip cap, but their opponents have 244 on the board.
3 dead. They got him in the blender. Penguin now gives away his position. He's trying to cap A. The rest of the respawns are going to be coming in as well. It's a squad spawn. Damage already being done here. Falcated gets 1. Eco's still stuck on the back pillar. Stellar trying to flank as well. Bound gets one as well, and SSG might have just slowed down the kills, but can they get towards the stronghold? Boo Boo last alive, Stella pushing forward, they all going in on B.
Oh boy, and now with the drop down at B, he should be able to get away. He waits and rotates.
Patience in these situations is what makes champions. B is Space Stations. Spartan flies in, Spartan eliminated. But it's 248, that's not 250, they ain't gonna win you the game.
Contest, 1v1 here at B.
Lethal's still inside, Lethal gets the kill! Lethal gets the flip as well, and Bound now. He finds one, Lethal is dealt with. It's 3 dead for Sentinels, and surely this has to be the moment where finally SSG take to the stars! In front of a home crowd, in the city that belongs to SSG. Your champions of Salt Lake City at Spacestation Gaming.
Unbelievable scenes, and look at Bound across the stage. From Rookie of the Year to a LAN win here. In Season 2 of Halo Infinite, he'll be the first across the stage, and maybe the happiest one on it.
A rookie on a mission. Well, mission complete for Bound. A first title, a first championship. Give it up for SSG.
You could not write a better story. From seeing the documentary just yesterday for the first time, hearing about his story and his dreams in professional Halo, to now raising a trophy.
And the man that was holding that trophy for just a few seconds as well. One of the most insane individual performances with a power weapon. That sniper rifle needs to be renamed Stella. I'm sorry, it was ridiculous what he was doing this tournament.
Ridiculous is the only way to put it. And an incredible hometown crowd here. On their feet for a 4-0 Space Station Grand Finals victory.
It's a Space Station statement. The Guardians of the Grand Final finally don't have to watch someone else pick up the trophy. They get to do it themselves in front of the home ground. I mean, it's been an incredible tournament, Andy. Absolutely amazing.
It is. Unbelievable scenes here, and SSG taking their first tournament in such a dominant fashion in front of a Salt Lake City crowd. You couldn't write a better story.
Well, they picked up the trophy. It's time to hear from your champions here. Blaze, it's over to you.
Thank you so much, Mark and Bra, for the awesome cast. Salt Lake City, one more time for the home team. Give it up for the champions, Space Station Gaming. Wow. Penguin, it has been 529 days since you and your boys have won a tournament. What has it been like? What has that drought been like, and how does it feel to do it in this city?
Oh man, that's way too freaking long. We're way better than that. I can't lie, but no, it feels great. Honestly, this win obviously means a lot to Adam. It's his first win, but for me personally, it's nice to win with someone who hasn't won yet versus playing with a bunch of people who have. So I feel like this one means more than my first one even too. So congratulations to Adam.
Give it up for Bound, everybody.
My teammates are gods, and yeah, shout out all the fans.
They truly are. They truly are. Here, I'm gonna take this mic here. Pass this one down the line, okay? But I want to talk to Bound, because Bound, you were a phenomenon online, okay? You entered the league in Raleigh. It has been 595 days since you've been a professional, and you get your first title. Talk to me about how that feels.
I mean, it's cliche to say it, but I don't even know how to feel right now. I mean, it's just like, this is real. Like, holy shit, these are real people. This isn't a dream. Like, it's, wow, it feels insane.
It is, and we got a chance to, watch the documentary, and you were saying how you came out of school and you said, you know what, I want to be a professional gamer. I want to give it everything in which I got, and to do it in this fashion, to do it on this stage with this team in this city, I know it feels amazing. And man, anyone out here, if you guys want to be a professional, this is how you do it, okay? Use him as an example to be a champion. What you want to talk to me about this team and what they mean to you?
I mean, this team, I don't know what to say. They picked me up after they won 2. They may have lost, got second, and we had to, like, had to stride a little bit, but once I fit in, it felt good, and it felt like we've been the best team for a while now, so it feels good to actually hold one of these.
There you go, it's official now! It's official now. Pass the mic on over to your teammate, Eco, okay? Big Brain himself, one of the masterminds out there. It's been a while since you got a championship, and I know your family and everyone is proud of you. How do you feel right now?
I mean, kind of like what Bound said. It's not. This doesn't feel real. I'm happy we could win with Bound. I could cry right now, honestly. I mean, the crowd was amazing. We felt the energy. Like, it's kind of OP. Not gonna lie.
Hey, it is. You guys are OP.
Yeah,
Give it up for yourself, Salt Lake City, one more time. Wow. Now, yo, you guys are already gonna say it, okay? If there ain't nobody else said it, I'm gonna say it, all right? Because this is the MVP of the tournament right here, the way he been playing. Now, Stellar, you are a man of few words, but I know this means a lot to you. Talk to your fans and tell us all how you're feeling right now after accomplishing your goal yet again.
It's kind of surreal. I feel like we've been so close multiple times since picking up Bound, but we finally were able to do it, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else, and yeah, happy.
There you go. He's happy, everybody. Give it up for Stellar one more time, okay? Now, pass the mic on over to the legend himself, okay? Coach, Elamai, what is it like here to be able to come out with this win? You've been practicing so hard to get these boys in shape to be able to get this championship, and yet again, you are a champion in this time as a coach. How does it feel to hoist yet another trophy?
I mean, I'm just honored and lucky to be with these guys. They're incredible, the SSG, all the staff that put this on. A bunch of amazing people down here, up here. The fans are nuts. The sponsors are incredible. Loads of Night Seal Series, everybody. This is really special. I've never experienced anything like this in 15 years, so it means a lot.
There you go, okay? Now, I'm gonna let you guys have one more moment on this stage, but Coach, close it out for the team. What do you want to talk to me about the organization, these fans, and thank them for everything that you guys have been through and all the support so far?
I mean, I've been on a lot of orgs in my day, and this one's special for sure. And it's different, and it's just amazing, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
There you go. Coach, hand me this mic real quick, okay? Be with the squad. One more time, Salt Lake City, blow the roof off this venue and give it up for the champions, Spacestation Gaming!
No more second places. No, not going down in the winners finals. They're going to do it in the grand finals, and what a way to do it. Spacestation Gaming crown your champions here at their hometown in front of their home crowd, and you can hear the cheers still going. It's just ringing inside this arena. Clutch, what a special series that was for Space Station. A dominant performance from every single person on the main stage, and you got your MVP up there holding the trophy right now. Stella, how important was he to this team?
Yeah, you don't win a tournament without everybody being on fire, but the way Stellar was playing all weekend long, he found that level of consistency at that flow state. I mean, it was something special to watch. I think Onset and Bravo said it best. Like, very few times have individuals had a consistent repertoire of that performance with the snipe across an entire weekend long, but every time Stellar picked it up, you knew he was about to do work, you knew he was about to change the outcome of the game, and it was everything SSG needed to finally get this championship under their belt.
It really was indeed. He was a huge difference maker alongside the rest of his teammates. And let's just talk about Bound for a second, because we've seen an episode on Bound come out recently, and it's about his rise, his come up. Well, there's no bigger rise than to the top, right? And with the championship, with a trophy, Bound has managed to do that. He's honestly created such a big storyline around rookies, around being able to join a team and get the job done. what about this individual? Because he's just a superstar right now.
Yeah, it felt like a matter of time for Bound, but there's always going to be that extra pressure when you join 3 champions. I mean, remember what Cloud9 used to do when these previous players were on that roster? It was almost boring watching them win event after event after event. No one was touching them. And then Bound joins, they start to slip to second place. It's a question, can they be back on the top yet again? And finally, him answering that question is so huge for him personally, mentally, and I think it's just about time that we see this team lifting a trophy, because they've been agonizingly close, and you heard it from their interviews how much this one means to them.
I love how much belief Bound has in his team. You know, he mentioned on the stage in the interview that they've been, you know, in their minds, the best team for a long time, just haven't been able to get it done. That belief, that confidence is so important, I think, also for a rookie, because you kind of look at a rookie coming in, like you said, with the experience on this roster, maybe being a little bit nervous. Can he fit in? Is he going to be able to kind of do the damage and make the impact that they wanted when they picked him up? To have the confidence and belief like that in a rookie, you can't buy that.
No, you can, and I think that that's the one thing that we've always been able to say about Bound is he will never lack confidence in himself and in this team. He knew that he was going to be the right piece, and it was just a matter of time. I think we all did. And congratulations to the kid. He finally got his trophy, finally got his first win. And I think this is the first of many to come, in my opinion, for Bound. I don't know how much SSG dominate the rest of this year, but as long as he continues to play Halo, he will continue to be a threat to every championship that he plays under.
I think it's an important time for them to do it. In front of a home crowd is always going to be massive, and you get that extra bit of pop-off, that extra good feeling. But also before we get into a major and just one tournament prior to then the Halo World Championships, to find your form at this time I think is perfect. So I think that Space Station will be delighted to finally get that win. It means if they're in a grand final again in Fort Worth, there's not going to be that extra pressure, that nerves of what if, can we do it? They know they can do it, and they've got the job done.
They certainly do indeed. Let's just talk about the stats here from that grand finals. It was a clean sweep, 4-0. Although I do feel like Sentinels had a serious amount of fight in this series, it wasn't easy for Spacestation Gaming. With the result coming across the board, it doesn't really reflect on what happened. Talk to me about the story for Sentinels in this series. What was going wrong? What did you like here, Clutch? Anything to pick apart for the next major?
Yeah, 4-0 looks ugly on paper, but these games were actually pretty close, and Sentinels were just inches away every time. They don't need to hold their head high. They should be proud of the road that they've been through, and the fact that they're on such an upward trajectory, especially Dan, like you said, SSG winning this tournament is big for the rest of the year. Sentinels getting into this grand finals is massive for the rest of the year, because we have yet another contender for the World Championship at the end of the year. A team we may not have counted out or in that conversation before this tournament. Sentinels have now made themselves known to the world.
And you can see right now with the winners bracket up here, the journey was clean for Space Station Gaming, something that they haven't been used to for such a long time. And really, Dan, the discussion is that it's honestly that winners finals, it had led to their demise often. Now getting over that winners finals, beating Sentinels twice now in a row, was everything the Space Station roster wanted, and including the money here as well. But a really impressive run from them.
Yeah, and I think I tweeted about it yesterday, or sorry, I X'd about it yesterday, is that how competitive this league is now. That's our 3rd different winner that we've had this season. We've had 10 different teams in the top 6 so far this season as well. The top 6 could not look any more competitive, and you saw it on that bracket with how close those series were. 3-2s, 3-1s. It wasn't just 3-0 slappings all the way to the winner finals like we've seen at previous events. It is so unpredictable at the moment, and who knows at Fort Worth who is going to be that team lifting that trophy, because there are probably 4 different teams that could be.
Yeah, indeed. I've got to say, what a performance from Space Station Gaming, though. I am so impressed with every single one of those individuals on your screen. But we do have plenty of Halo left in the season. We do have lots of events to attend here on the roadmap. Of course, we've just had our Global Invitational. Up next, we do have our major at Fort Worth, which you guys can go and actually pick up tickets for right now. And then, of course, our Halo World Championship at the end of it. These team passes and spectator tickets are available. Go pick those up. If you want your chance to go to a Halo event, go and scream your lungs out and try and maybe beat that SSG crowd, because it's going to be a hard one. Yeah. I don't know. What are we thinking? Optic Gaming fans versus SSG fans? I think we have a bit of a rivalry.
I think we're going to have to see for the rest of the year who shows up when it matters, right? I think we've seen a little bit of both, but when they're in the same house under the same roof, that World Championship, I guarantee you, whichever crowd shows up bigger is going to give their team a little little bit of leverage.
That is very much true. I think the hometown crowd definitely has a favor in terms of kind of motivation behind teams. You know, Eco even said it like, this is crazy. Elamine, in 15 years, hasn't seen anything like this. Gaskin, if you had people cheering your name, do you think you could go and World Star on there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's OP. You heard what Eco said. It just gives you that extra buff. Although, saying that, at the Optic Major, we didn't see Optic win that one. So maybe SSG have a one over them in terms of crowd sustainability and making sure that you can just push through and help the boys through. But, you know, crowds aside, I think Space Station have shown that they have to be a team to be considered as world champions now that they've finally been able to lift that trophy, and I can't wait to see how things develop in the next couple of events.
Me too. Well, you can see the fans are trickling out, and it's time for us to also do the same. What an amazing 3 days it really has been. The Global Invitational, it's been a highlight reel from start to finish. We've seen lights out gameplay from pool play all the way to Championship Sunday. And today we crowned a different champion. Not only did they stop the run of second place finishes, they won in front of their home crowd at their own event. GG Space Station Gaming. It was a movie. And thank you so much for everyone tuning in all weekend long. And whether you have a team pass, screaming in the crowd, or watching from home, we can't wait to see you at the Fort Worth Major. Good night, Halo fans.